Minecraft playthrough, I've managed to. I was watching Fear of Intellectualism by Unpoetic Justice, and that helped me to center myself a little, so to speak. It's just rough, y'all, because I did do a cursory just googling around, YouTubing around, and the fascist that debated Mehdi Hassan, the little fat fucker who was like, "But I'm a proud Nazi," that guy. Yeah, he got fired. I'm not gonna lie. That's a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, he raised $20,000 out of a day because their side always wins somehow. Well, watching the history of punk helped me out a little bit to get into the mindset of how to fight it further, and it's just, y'all, sometimes we gotta own a loss. Sometimes we gotta fight a thing even when we know we're gonna lose against it. And my biggest thing is just, why do people think it's cool to be fascist? But why is that like a thing? Because I've never gotten it. Even when I was in the South and slightly racist because I was young and stupid and a byproduct of my raising, I never once thought, yeah, though, the Nazis made a good point. Where does that mentality come from? Because I've seen the left, they're blowing it up on YouTube. Oh, he got fired. Oh, he got fired. But they're leaving out the fact that he's made $20,000, and more than likely, if the Daily Wire were still a fucking staple, they would have already hired him. It's, how do you win in a fight when you don't really when you're not in the fight, you know? And I've tried. I've been trying to sit here because there aren't many animals out. There are a lot of insects, but they're about the same. They're the same insects we saw the last time. And they're lovely critters. Like I said, the Georgia floor is alive. But, like I said, y'all, it's just tough. Alan called out yesterday, so he might show up today all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and expect, applause because he's there on a payday. It's another payday. We'll see at the end of the day if I still have money, even though I've worked every day this week, it feels like. It sounded like we might have a critter in the bush. Let's find out. Now, see, as I said, when I do these videos, I'm just trying to spot them. My goal is not to interact with them because we do not want any animal to become comfortable with humans because we humans are terrible, terrible creatures. I mean, what other creature would openly just destroy another creature's home for no goal other than just killing them? And again, I'm not trying to do the hippy-dippy thing of love all creatures. No, I get it. Ants, they suck. But they're also our janitors. So as much as we might dislike them, if we got rid of all the ants in a day, you would really miss them when we're up to our ankles in roadkill and various other things that just have yet to decompose proper. Or worse, when the ants can't quite get to the target, so it just decomposes over a series of days, turning into a meat balloon. Like I said, y'all, everything in ecology has a purpose. Everything has a start and a finish. And, well, everything has a start. I don't really think there's a finishing to anything. Like I said, y'all, it's mostly just me trying to figure out how to keep up the good fight. Because admittedly, my fight isn't that good. I'm just feeding the animals. I'm just doing what I can to make sure that the world we live is just a little bit brighter than the one we left behind. But I'm finding the job hard, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's rough out there. And again, it's not for greedy reasons, though some of it is for greedy reasons. I would love to make $20,000 just for telling a fascist to go fuck themselves at work. But if I get fired for that, I'm just out of a job. Ain't nobody funding that. Mostly it's for other creators. Go check Dead Domain. They actually infiltrated a hate church over a period of 3 months, exposed the entire church, and brought it down. Well, didn't bring it down, but made them well known. The only people bringing their kids to that church were hateful bigots at that point. So, I mean, I guess it's a win in a way, but Also, y'all, if I was on here talking about the hot tips for the latest movies, I'd have an audience of 20 right now. I'm on here talking about real shit, so I've got an audience of 0. One part's because it's just a live stream, so y'all are catching up with all the crackheads and homeless folks that are just trying to survive. Enjoy laughing at them, y'all. Remember, you're much closer to being them than you are to being a rich person. So laugh at them, but know that that could be the boat you're in with just a few little accidental slips. That's why I try to. Because no, they're desperate, y'all. Make no mistake, they're begging for change because they don't want to die. And I guess a good number of people find that very amusing. I don't know. I'm not going to get on here and beg for your money or your charity. I beg you to in an audience of 0. I don't know why I'm surprised. That's the real fight, y'all. That's that. Nah, it's hope, y'all. It's simple. It's fragile. And to quote V for Vendetta, it's the last thing you've got. It's look, the subject, what I talked about on my Minecraft and raged about and might be losing my YouTube channel over because, y'all, violence is not the solution we need to aim for, but it is a solution. I just don't think it's the one we need to be aiming for. And the thing about it is just that they ain't shying away from violence, are they? But violence isn't the answer. We gotta have hope. We gotta achieve above that. Oh yeah, I know. It's because I have the cheapest phone plan because I'm kind of broke and damn near homeless funding. And I'm not here to ask for your funding. In fact, if you have an extra $1, throw it towards PBS, the Trevor Project. Honestly, at this point, throw your $1 out in the air and somebody will catch it, because with little chunky Mussolini in office, we are quickly losing all of our funding for things that are necessary. Even my library was hitting us up for, hey, if you could help. But that's because they like to keep up with new books and new media stuff for people to check out and enjoy, and their funding has been cut in half. That's the thing, y'all. Racists got all the money in the world because they're very interlinked and they lock in step. I mean, again, the Epstein files came out, 3 years ago? 2 years ago? I have donations on Friend, and I have a minimum of 200 before I can put my donation links in. So there's that. But that's the thing. I don't know if they would. Because I have done donations on Facebook, on here, though on here it's much more shouting it out. But on Facebook I did direct every birthday since I was 15. David donates. I donate. The rest of my 800 plus people before I left Facebook, I can't even get them to give 50 cents. Hello, Owen Shapler. How are you doing today? Like I said, I'm not asking for your donations. I'm going to be at -20 after today's payday's out, but I'm used to surviving with just what I can harvest from the wild and what I can have. Truthfully, what I was kind of waiting on was what happened yesterday to happen again, but it hasn't happened yet. Place. I can tell you that watching how they handle their debates. But the free-for-all debate between the fascist and Mehdi Hassan, well, Mehdi Hassan versus 20 extreme right-wing fascists. Yeah, the fat one got fired. The one that was in the blue and white polka dotted shirt and was like, I am a fascist. You should be a fascist. Mussolini was awesome. That guy. Yeah, he got fired. He had worked in a place for 4 months, and before coming out and proud as a fascist, he got fired. And they gave him $20,000. And that charity of his is still making money right now. So he basically got $20,000 for putting on his best Tucker Carlson impression and being an open fascist and a supporter of Nick Fuentes. Dead Domain, a creator on here that y'all should check out if you get the chance, has infiltrated a hate church over a process of 4 years. Aw, hello. I do not own a Bible, and I'm sorry, but where is your God and lightning? Like, my crops would be devastated. God was personal and angry. Nowadays, God seems to be more of an imaginary friend. Sort of like Quetzalcoatl, or Zeus, or Hera, or Loki or Odin or we always come up with imaginary friends. I find I expected that. I find no comfort in the Bible because I don't understand how any of y'all can get comfort from ancient fairy tales. I live in the modern world. I get comfort from the modern world. I can tell you that the Bureau of Ungentlemanly Warfare was a thing. A group of British men basically busted open Hitler's lines so that America could actually get across the ocean and help fight. That was a group of individuals, 2 of which died in the fight, who fought the good fight and won. There was a soldier, if I get the chance, I probably won't because we're short-staffed as shit at work, so I'm going to be doing the work of 3 people for the pay of 1. But there was a man during the Vietnam War who flew evacs in and out of the hot zone. And upon one of his evac flights, when he was supposed to come over a Vietnamese village and pick up some American GIs, he came over the village to see they appeared to be being attacked by the Vietnamese, but he couldn't find any of the Vietnamese army. It was just villagers and American soldiers shooting the villagers. Then he realized what he was looking at, and he put that helicopter down in between the GIs and the last remaining villagers they were executing. He turned the heavy gun from the helicopter on men that outranked him and said, "If you take 1 step towards these people, I'm going to gun you the fuck down right here and kill you like pigs in the dirt." He was court-martialed. He faced immense amounts of backlash for what he did. But he stood strong 10 toes down and didn't get destroyed by it. He didn't exactly get, lifted up either. The right lift each other up. We just basically survive. That's why I tell you we got to fight we got to fight the good fight, because real hope. Real people give me real hope. Fictional characters, they're fun. Who doesn't like Frank Castle? Be our own heroes now. And I'm trying to be hopeful, but it's real hard. Because again, it goes back to that old allegory is the word. Goes back to that old allegory. A lie can fly 3 times around the earth before the truth gets out of bed and puts its shoes on. And in some cases, people just love a clown. That's what I'm hoping is the whole thing behind the fascists getting support. But I know that's not the case. Because again, we live in a country where a outright known pedophile is running the entire country. And they just expect you to be cool with it, same as they expect me to be cool with it. We often make jokes about the Epstein list, and it's like, y'all realize what we joking about there, right? Wood moth. Hey, little fella. Yeah, life is hard for you too, isn't it, friend? Now, let's not get on the shoes. Aw. Little Woodley brother. Got us a Mothra here, we do. He'll stick around for a bit, or he'll get off. How's it going, cool kid, but a legend reborn? How you doing? Yes, I remember you. It's a bit of a rough day for me. I just got off a Surus video, and then I was looking around hoping to get, confirmation this dude was, getting real backlash, and it's like, the only person who's pointing out the obvious is Surus, and it's quite disappointing. Also, I hate how every single video has an ad read somewhere in it. I promise y'all, no matter how big I get, no matter how much I get in this game, I refuse. I'm not going to be a fucking sponsor or anything because no. Some things should... Oh! That moth just tried to fly, got up above my head level, and then just crashed back down. I wonder what's wrong with the moths. It's that little one there, if y'all can see it. I don't know how well you can see. He's just a dancing. It's probably just the light distracting him. But nah, it's... One of the reasons I was recording here in particular was I was kind of hoping the same instance happened the last 2 days would happen again. And of course, because I wanted it to and because I wanted to film it, it didn't. I've got a cop friend here in Georgia, here in New Harley. He's a nice enough fellow. I don't know his name. He is a rototundant white fellow. And by rototundant, I mean he's not fat, he's husky. But I can tell there's muscle under them husk. And he seems to be a nice guy. The reason I say he's a friend is because the other day, I was standing here just sort of scrolling through YouTube and Facebook and such and whatnot, trying to find what I was going to talk about and trying to identify some of the critters out here. And out of the corner of my eye, I see lights over there, right by the sign. And then I hear, "No, wait, don't. I know him. That's," screams where I work at. "He's just waiting for his ride." And then as I'm turning like a dumbass, like, "Oh? I turn and I see a truck just come flying through the parking lot. It does a U-E down there, comes flying up to here, and then just parks right here. And the dude poking his head out the car just, "You work here?" "Not here." "No, you work here though." "Yeah, I work there." "Why are you here?" "I'm waiting for my ride. This is like a public area and like very obvious public area, the only lit area in this entire point." "Fine." And then he just drives off. "No, hey, sorry for bothering you. Hey, sorry if I scared you, almost running you down." No, nothing. Then the nice cop pulls up behind him and he's just, "Hey, bud, sorry about that. I told him who you were." And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful. I mean, who doesn't like brand recognition? But what would they have done to me if they hadn't recognized me? Would that have been a y'all checking my stream out while I get slammed to the concrete, have my teeth knocked out, and then get arrested just for streaming a video while I wait for my ride to my dead-end shitty job? Exactly. And it was like, what the hell, you know? And that's the thing. I also often wonder, would that first cop be my friend if I didn't look the way I look? Because let's be honest here, folks. We all know the cops are racist, right? We can all just admit that fact now. Because, like, remember the Temple mass shooter, I think is what he was? He went into that Black Baptist church and gunned down like 12 parishioners in the church. This was like during the first Trump administration. But he gunned down like all the church members. The biggest thing I remember being the story there, though, was the cops arrested him completely non-violently. Like, just walked up, dude dropped his gun, and the cops took him out for Burger King before they took him to jail. Huh. Okay, so if I yell profanities at an old white woman, I'm going to jail with half a face. If you kill like 12 black folks, but you turn yourself in gently, you get Burger King. What the hell? And I feel the exact same feeling towards this Jubilee. Now, was it as bad as that? Absolutely not. Not even comparable. But I'm going to try to compare it because I don't really have another comparison, you know? Well, I guess I kind of do without directly comparing it to that. Dr. Disrespect. Fellow with a mustache similar to mine. Molests children. Well, tried to molest children. Got stopped, thankfully. Just messaged him. He's back on Twitch. He's back in the game. He's back to making money playing video games of all things. Why? Why do we let people like Lewis Black, I think that's the one who got in trouble for masturbating in front of his coworkers. Why do we let them get away with that? Why do, anytime someone brings up cancel culture to you, I want you to look them dead in the eye and go, what? Uh-oh. Here we go. Hey, at least they didn't come for me this time, right? That's our wee-woo. But yeah, it's just the Jubilee video knocks. Again, do not watch it through Jubilee. Check it out through Surus, the Majority Report. Sam Cedar did it. Hell, I think your favorite lefty has done a coverage of the Jubilee. Hell, Hassan did it. So check it out through one of them. Don't give Jubilee your time or money anymore. Christian versus 20 atheists. But again, they're not. 1 second, let me flip the script that way. I'm not just flashing y'all with the lights. But again, I'm starting to wonder, you know? Oh, yeah, definitely. And I think it was Louis C.K. That was the motherfucker did it. Louis C.K. He's the comedian. He's that comedian. He's the one with a lot of different inappropriately sexually themed jokes. But again, jokes are fine. Again, you want to cover yourself in peanut butter, grease yourself up, and run around screaming like a dipshit. If you're doing it in the name of comedy, have fun with it. But there are certain things that, joking or otherwise, are just no. I'm sorry, I don't care what you were trying to say there. It's just a no. But yeah, that was years ago, though. And Louis C.K. has a Netflix special. Hell, Dave Chappelle and don't get me wrong, I loved him back in the day, back before Dave sold himself out and became a rich cunt. He was amazing. I love Dave Chappelle, old school Dave Chappelle. Nowadays, Dave Chappelle, again, I don't get how someone does that. Please make me understand, because, again, the fat chunky Nazi from Jubilee, he just made $20,000. What do you think he's going to do with that? He's going to go buy him an AI girlfriend. If you gave me $20,000, not that you should, go fund the Trevor Project, go fund PBS, go pick a cause, because there's plenty of causes right now. We need to fight anti-intellectualism more than I need a new console or new money. But if you gave me $20,000, I would show y'all I bought gardening supplies so that I can continue my Green Gorilla project. Because right now, you see the bucket? I carry that bucket every day. I'll walk 4 miles home. Now, if I didn't have a ride to work, or it was the day that I typically start work at 8 to 10 o'clock rather than 4 to 5 a.m., I'd be carrying that bucket into work with me and picking up trash as I walk in. Because again, y'all, I'm not asking you to grab Molotovs and fight the system, brothers. No, it's every little thing you do helps. Lots of tiny drops make a river. All the rivers feed into the ocean. Tiny bits of rock will eventually make a mountain. It's little things do make a difference, you know? And I guess thank y'all for the support, because it's like I genuinely... I got on here after about a 45-minute Minecraft stream of just me. Again, it's out there. It's on the channel. If you really want to see me angry and unhinged about it, go check out that Minecraft stream for YouTube. Take it down. Because, no, at that point, it was just, why don't we just kill them? Why don't we just fight them the way they want to fight? Because we would lose that fight, friends. They're better funded than us, and they have 3 different military organizations on their side. The left has what? Your cousin who owns a gun? We can't fight them on that field and win. The way we fight them is, instead of letting intellectualism win, come with me here. Instead of letting intellectualism win, fight them with knowledge. Fight the good fight by just being educated and refusing to accept dumb points. When someone tells, well, they're just lazy because they're Gen Alpha and they're just lazy and don't know no better. Okay, that sounds dumb. Why do you think that? Well, look at what's around you. I do. I look around me a lot, and I don't see a whole lot of nothing, really. So, you got any stats? Got any points? Got a research paper, perhaps, I could look at? Learn how to read research papers, because a lot of people say that shit, but if I handed them a collegiate-level paper, they would just, But that's the thing. It's hard. The thing I'm asking you to do is a lot harder than just throwing money at something. There's no labubu for social awakening. There's no prize at the end of the day other than we all get to live in a slightly better world. But it's a hard world to get to, and it's a hard world to achieve, because I'm telling you to do the hard work. Oh, go ahead, you cool kid but a legend reborn, my girlfriend. I have my own answer to this one, but go ahead. What is the scariest thing in existence for all of YouTubers? Because I know the one cardinal sin. Oh, that's cute, but not accurate. I work 2 jobs plus this. Dead domain, 3 jobs plus this and social activism. I'm not talking like, maybe that's the right wing that you're talking about, but... Oh, my friend is here, I think. But the left wing is always, we're always working, brother. I wish it was that way. Let's see if Officer Friendly or if this is the officer that's going to be mean. I think it might be Officer Friendly. Howdy, howdy. How you doing? Just another day waiting for my ride to work.
Waiting for your ride to work?
Yep.
Okay. Where are you working at?
Give me just 1 minute to mute this. I got the camera facing me, but it's just dealing with my chatters. Today's subject is the Nazi that was on Jubilee, like debating Mehdi Hassan, open fascist. He literally said, "I love Hitler, and that's the way it should be. Do not click me." And he literally got fired from his job and made $20,000.
Dang.
And that's just, again, he started with 1,500, made 20,000 by the end of it. And the whole thing, I ranted for a while on Minecraft about it, but it's like, how do you fight the good fight and win when the fight's that far against you? I mean, when you got people that can literally get away with literal murder, literal violence, hell, we've got a pedophile in the office as president. And it's like, with these overwhelming odds, how do you continue the good fight? And that's where I'm basically trying to get my chatters in on it. What I do is, if I was walking to work like I do the mornings I don't have to open, I basically take that bucket, I collect garbage as I walk in, dump the garbage in our dumpster, gather the refuse and food from work that we're not going to sell or that's already been used, and I dump it in the river and feed the various animals on the way back. Not hand feeding them because I don't want them to associate humans with food, but putting in food stores to try to, restore the ecology of the area.
Okay.
I work constantly, and today's payday, and I'll have negative $20 when the day is finished. So it's like, I'm still in the good fight. My good people here are still in the good fight. And it's like, someone was laughing at what I said, but it's like, I want to inspire and get people to do the right thing, And it's just hard. It was like the other day, and I think you're the officer I know. I think we might know each other from seeing each other, but there's one officer that I know, a rhododendron fellow who's fairly nice. And the other day, I shit you not, I was standing here just sort of doopy-dooping through my phone trying to figure out what I was going to talk about. And I hear, we cannot let anyone on the internet know where I work, but I won't get $20,000 if I get fired for being a lefty. But I'm just sitting here and I hear, no, he works at blank. And I look over like, oh? And yeah, apparently if it weren't for my rhododendron friend, I wish I knew his name, I would have basically been tackled to the ground for being here in the morning, just doing my stream. And it's like, but why?
Well, it's closed business.
Oh, I get that side of it, but hell, I know the managers. I know that I live, see the light?
Yeah.
That's where I live.
Okay.
So it's like, hell, I pick up the trash in the parking lot. Me and one of the managers here has got a working relationship where we trade food for effort to feed the local cats.
Okay.
So it's just, I just don't understand is all.
Yeah. I've just never seen you before. And
Let's go. Like I said,
you're here at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm a bit of a cryptid of sorts. I get that. It's just, I think we're all on the same team and we all need to do the good work together.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very exhausting.
I got you.
But yeah.
This is your bucket?
Oh yeah, it's the pickle bucket from work. I typically, the band is something that somebody littered on the side of the road. The bucket's from work. Most of what I do is I collect, I repurpose, and I recycle and upcycle where I can. I also sell on my YouTube channel with the shorts content, coloring books, pictures like that. And for a lot of the coloring books I buy, like the witching coloring book and a few of the axolotl ones, I collect the pictures that I don't particularly want to do. And eventually, when I can buy school coloring supplies and stuff, I'm going to have them at the restaurant for kids that are waiting or eating or whatever, just trying to put as much good out into the world as I possibly can, and it feels like I'm doing a lot of one-sided fighting. But we continue and we do what we can,
Yeah. That's all you can do, man.
But like I said, if y'all need when I come back through, if the store's open, I'll try to get the manager to give me permission to just be here in the mornings. Typically, they've always said if I don't make a scene, and I try not to, but it's dark over there and the camera can't pick me up, so I try to use these lights here.
Well, yeah. Better if I see you in the light than in the dark. At least now I know, like, you're not up to nothing bad.
All right. Well, like I said, the one that I made friends with, again, I wish I knew his name, but he never gets out the car, he was parked like right there by the Dollar General sign fishing for speeders. And I started my stream over here in the corner and he's just, hello? Oh, hi.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I get it. I'm very exhausted getting ready to head into a 12-hour shift because we are short-staffed as hell right now. I'm typically doing prep work, frying, and doing the customer service side of it. And it's just, if I go off on some dipshit in a Trump hat, I will not make $20,000. In fact, I will be homeless by the afternoon. But these right-wingers can outright say, let's commit violence against people, and they don't even lose their channels. I mean, cancel culture's a joke. You got people that are molesting women and hurting people and flashing folks, and they get canceled, and then in 2 months have a Netflix special saying, they hate comedy now. It's like, that's why on here, and like I say to my people on here, it's just, we got to work together. We got to find common ground somehow, because the fascists are winning if we don't. It's just hard.
Yeah. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Travis Croy.
Travis what?
Croy, C-R-O-Y, and my handle is Hiking Hound Artist Ground. Because
What was the last part?
Artist Ground.
Artist Ground, okay. Yeah.
I was trying to think of a fun name because originally this started out just taking Google Maps and going, hey, I want to go here, but I don't own a vehicle. Let's go. And then recording the hike. Also, usually I took my dogs with me, but since having to relocate out to Harley again, this road is not safe for my dogs. It's barely safe for me. I can't tell you that. Heck, watch the stream. You can see the number of times I've almost been hit by drivers just flying down the road. And hell, I've been hit before, literally. That's how I made $70,000 my crackhead uncle stole. So it's like, life be hard.
That it be.
Yeah. But I won't take up any more of your time than I got to. This is me. I'm here. Typically, I catch a ride in on, what is today? Today's Thursday, right?
Yep.
Okay. I catch a ride in Thursday and Wednesday I catch a ride in. And then the rest of the time I typically walk in because I ain't got to be there till 8. And y'all probably don't catch me on those days because I'm just walking in, you know?
Yeah.
But if you ever see me, I'm typically dressed like this. The most familiar thing about me is my big hat.
Okay.
And like I said, I never want to bother y'all because I realize y'all got hard shit to do out here too. I mean, if you could just carry one message, it'd be make that bridge passable or get with the city, because I can't even go talk at the city meetings or nothing. Everything's on the other side of that bridge, and it's either break the law and cross the bridge or walk all the way down and around to Taylorsville, which is about a 40-mile hike. And even at 37, I can't do that without dying. And it's like food cook-offs, you Harley. Food trucks, you Harley. Library, you Harley.
Everything's on that side.
Everybody on this side of the tracks is either you got enough money to have a car or you just screwed. And like I said, I know you can't do anything. You on your own like me can't do anything on your own. But just if you could, maybe get the thought out there, because a lot of folks would love to go to the library, and a lot of these kids would love to have access to it. And all it sidewalk in there, put a bridge, or hell, let me put one in. I've pitched the idea 100 times about get a couple canoes, put a rope about underneath the bridge, and just have a little trolley system thing, you know? I realize that'd have to be something worked out, but it's like, I'm willing to work. Heck, I'd be willing to put a sidewalk in if they'd just tell me it's okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have my work, you know, I put it in and then it get pulled up because I'm vandalizing.
Okay.
Yeah. But I thank y'all. I know you probably gotta get back out there. Be safe.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
No problem. See, not all ACAB, y'all. Lots of them are just friendly folks trying to do a good job. And I understand that I am a very suspicious individual out here early in the morning. That's why I'm very appreciative, approaching the way he did, being polite the way he is. Don't listen to Chili DeCastro. That man is fucking unhinged. I'm asking you to listen to me because, yeah, that was scary, y'all. That was scary. But it worked out, didn't it? We kept our cool, we kept honest, and right now that nice officer, to show y'all, is on his way to go continue doing his job. Not ACAB, just another working bloke like us, doing his very best. And yes, I understand he works for a system that's fundamentally against us. I get that. I'm not saying that he doesn't. What I'm saying is we gotta meet, we gotta meet people on a human level. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, y'all, it's all about what we can do as people together. And I'm not some martyr figure here. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to be a civil leader like that. I'm just a dude that wants to see nature come back to the way it was. Think of me like the Lorax, if you will, and let me turn around here so that I'm not blinding y'all with the headlights behind me. But it's like, I just want to be like the Lorax, y'all. And if someone like you, yes, you, my one viewer, doesn't care an awful lot, things just won't change. They're just, it's up to us. And all I'm asking y'all is to do what I'm doing now. Be brave, be bold, and be honest. Because yeah, I could lie, I could have kowtowed, I could have run. Why? There's no reason to be afraid of somebody if they are just doing their job, if their job is not inherently evil. But like I said, it's just, we do what we can. And the biggest thing that I can tell you, I mean, it sounds cheesy, it sounds like something out of a kid's book, but be brave when you are scared. Be strong when you feel weak. And don't give up until there is no other choice but to turn away and cry off. Then again, what can I say? Eventually it's probably going to come out that Stephen King did some unspeakably evil thing, and I'm going to have to change a lot of my motifs from Gunslinger and Dark Tower to something else. And to be honest, I'm not sure what I'll turn it into after that, but it's like, we got to stand 10 toes down on things. I mean, y'all, don't you think it'd be easy for me to go to McDonald's? I mean, easy to go to McDonald's? But that would be breaking the strike, and they're terrible to their workers. So I will not put my dollars into that. As hard as it is, I won't. And yeah, sometimes you got to. I own an Amazon account. You likely own an Amazon account. Jeffrey Bezos supports pedophilia. We are supporting a pedophile together. Or we can find ways around it. I have been for ages trying, and eventually I will have a good DVD collection like David has, but I've been trying to build a way to basically get off of the grid, and the best way to do that's like DVDs and shit, as far as like the entertainment grid. And it's like, best way to do it. I hate it, but the best way we can do it in our system is vote with your dollars. Best way you can do it if you're in another country, please save us. America needs your help. We're not going to free ourselves, folks. We ain't that bold, brave, and undaunted. We need the other countries to come help, if they would be so kind. You got at least one foot soldier in me, folks. That's all I'm saying. We got to work together. And the reason I say not to be a crazy kook is, yeah, I could have made a viral video. I could have made a moment out of that. I think the cop was afraid I was about to try to. But that's not the goal. The goal isn't to, woo, pay me money. The goal's to help. The goal's to make a difference. And hopefully, I just might have gotten an officer on our side as far as like, let's make you hardly accessible to everyone. Let's make it to where people can speak for themselves inside of a system. And that's how you do it, is outreach, talking to people, even when it's scary. Sometimes, especially because it's scary. It's like if I started, and I would if I didn't think it would cost my life the very first time I tried it, if I really wanted to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that that bridge is needing access for all people, I would just cross it like I did when I was a kid. But as of, I'm wrong on this one probably, but as of like 2015, that bridge became off limits to foot traffic because I want to say 3 people got killed in 1 year. Because there's just, oh hell y'all, this parking spot is bigger than that bridge's sidewalk is. The sidewalk over there is bigger than the walkway off the bridge is. It's literally about half of this. See the tile cut? That's about as much space as you've got to walk. And that's on a bridge on the bottom side of 2 hills where the speed limit's supposed to be 45 or 55 if you're bold. And most people drive 75 to 80. Again, why do you think I didn't pick on the cop for fishing for speeding tickets there at the Dollar General sign? Because honestly, y'all, people need to obey the speed limits. I'm not a cab in the sense of let's all go lawless and crazy like the Wild West, because nobody wins. There does need to be a system of laws. There does need to be a system of checks and balances. My problem is why is it when I see a cop car, I instantly, my butthole shrivels up and I get scared rather than, oh, friends, the cavalry is here. I always, oh shit, I hope I don't get fucking hurt. See, that'd be nice. That's just the thing is, we're never going to make that money, friend, because we wouldn't abuse it. The people that abuse the money, they're the ones that make it. I mean, look around. Josh Duggar, the nasty fucking man, that horrible fucking man. The Octomom's husband, who apparently was, doing horrible, unspeakable things to some of those 8 kids and counting. He's going to have his own channel on the Daily Wire soon. I mean, cancel culture my ass. There's no such thing. The right wing constantly go off about it, but please, I beg of y'all, cancel me like you do a right winger. Cancel me with all the money and the talk show spots, and let me be on Piers Morgan talking about like the one bitch I don't. See, that's the thing, y'all. I remember Cirrus. I remember Dead Domain. I remember Squid Tips especially because he's doing better than I am at this kind of public outreach thing. But remember the good ones and only call out the bad ones by name if you're calling them out by name. If the person you're talking to is, oh, they sound cool, don't tell them their name then. Don't help them to network. Instead, yeah, it was just some dumb bitch who said that women shouldn't have the right to vote. Fuck her, she's an idiot. And if you think like her, you're a fucking idiot. Be honest, but don't be cruel, you know? It's like, I try to never kick someone when they're down. And I even extend that rule to the jackasses in my life like Pam the white supremacist. If I see that she's real sad because her grandkids refuse to talk to her and her kids only let her around to basically be a free babysitter, and she has said this much, she's very sad about it. I wish I felt anything other than numb to her sorrow. But I also don't believe in kicking a person when they're down. So when I see her in work I don't come up and say, how's your pedophile nominee doing, Trump? How's your favorite pedophile on earth doing? You voted for that nasty motherfucker. How you feel about that? Instead, it's like, oh, she's sad. That's sad. And then I move on. You don't have to be nice. It's just about not cruel. You can be a smartass like me and not be a bully. The trick is knowing where the line is. And yeah, I've crossed that line before. I have. Again, this is my almost daily apology. Jesse, you pissed me off and I said mean shit. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings, bud. But I'm human too, y'all. I fuck up too. And this won't be the day y'all see me get fucking in trouble for it. My biggest problem with the whole world and what this entire rant stream is basically piling up to is there is no consequences, it seems like, for the extreme right. So we need to give them consequences. By that, sorry for the upshot look there, I'm just enjoying my morning coffee. Coffee es muy bueno. I don't speak more than one language. If that came off clear to anyone who speaks Spanish, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me to get better. If I was off in my pronunciation, please help correct me, because I refuse to use anything that uses ChatGPT or AI. Because no. 1 second. That's what I thought. Sorry to use y'all as a mirror. I just noticed that and I wasn't going to let it go. But it's like, again, if I just had 20 grand, I'd be getting supplies. I might even break down and get one of them little electric powered vehicle things, you know? But it's just, I'm not asking you to build $20,000. Again, if you have any change to throw towards anything, public broadcasting, PBS, the Trevor Project, or if you're a military person, maybe put in some money to try to get the soldier suicide fund put back together. The hotline, because the bold, brave, undaunted Trump defunded that as well, y'all, quietly. That's the other part of it that frustrates the shit out of me, is the whole, they do everything in silence. They hide their shit and they're loud about their racism, so we get distracted and don't bring up the fact that this is a bit for sake of the internet and clippability. This is a bit. This is me doing a bit. The Epstein files are false. They're a lie. It's a complete fucking cover-up by the deep state. Well, maybe the Epstein files exist. I'm just not on them. Well, the Epstein files are definitely hoaxes. Well, fine, fuck it. Y'all want them so bad, we'll release the Epstein files. And then the Republicans sealed the files at the time I'm sitting here with you now at 3 a.m. They voted to have those files sealed for good. Let's all hope that Elaine Maxwell gains a Elaine Max? That's not... Is that the one? I don't remember the name of the bitch who actually survived Epstein and was like his girlfriend. She had I don't think it was Maxwell. She had a very... I'm going to say difficult to say last name considering how many people lambast it. But either way, let's just hope that bitch stays alive and well in prison, because with the president and most of the rich pedophiles on the planet wanting her dead, I'd get to writing down your stuff real quick, lady. But I mean, it's not just the right, y'all. The right are just unabashed about it. That's a monster that we need to deal with as a people. And part of it's just denormalizing it. Hey, you got a really weird old guy at work that tries to do that Woody Harrelson bit of, well, I love high school girls. I stay the same age and they just never age. Yeah, call that fucker out. That's what I did. That's why I have no friends. If you say a joke that basically implies that you want to bang somebody that much younger than you, call them out for it. I mean, again, I'm not saying be the intolerable ass of your friend group. I'm not, because that won't win anybody over. But as a society, we need to stand on a degree of principle, right? I mean, we used to, not to quote Heath Ledger here, but 1 minute. We used to be the society. Now what the fuck are we? A loose collection of fucking groups? And I know we millennials need to own our piece of it. We did a giant chunk of this. For millennials, we really have, maybe it's due to the fact that our parents failed us, maybe it's due to the fact the system failed us. We have a real problem with team mentality. I mean, we don't call out Hassan when he's being off the fucking wall because, well, Hassan's on our team, and of all the people, he's one of the most well-funded fighters of it. But I mean, we can call him out when he does stupid, cringy shit like, well, that's gay and dumb. Why are you using gay as a pejorative, Hassan? What the fuck's up with that? Well, you know I don't have a problem with gay. I know you don't have a problem with it because I've seen your content. But what about that little kid just wandered across your stream just now? He don't know you. We have to purge certain things. And I hate to be that whole nicety politics person. But again, that's what makes us different. That's what makes the effort worth it. And I'm trying real hard, y'all. I really am. I'm going to work on my spicy language. I would like to always preference beginning, end, and through the middle of don't commit violence, y'all. I know it's the easiest solution to want to go for, but don't commit violence. It will not help the cause, and if anything else, it'll hurt the cause. What we need are people that are strong enough, like the Sentinel at the BLM riots, who basically stood in the tear gas and the people were fucking beating him with clubs and he just stood at attention while getting beaten. That's the kind of thing we need, because that's the kind of imagery that really moves a person. Because, yeah, if a person can get beaten with billy clubs while standing at attention, you don't want to see that motherfucker go off. But that being said, sometimes all it takes is you standing and enduring the storm and then looking them dead in the eye, spitting the blood that they knocked out of you out and going, "Was that it? Are you done?" And then they'll probably change their tune because you just fucking rocked them to their core. But that's the thing it takes, y'all. That level of unabashed humanity. Also, I think I'm about to call my ride because I feel like I've been forgotten. Let me check the time right quick, y'all. My ride should be pulling up any second now. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Check in with them. And I will see you this afternoon. I'll probably give you an update on what my bank account's sitting at for funsies, because if I played my cards right, I'll be less than $20 in the hole, hopefully. If I didn't play my cards right and I should have been balancing my budget rather than doing this, that's going to be an unpleasant thing to see. But y'all have a good time, cool kid, but a legend reborn, and your girlfriend. I hope y'all have a good day. And remember, be the change you want to see in the world, folks, because, and I'm going to keep quoting it just because I have the Lorax's mustache at the moment, but if someone like y'all don't care an awful, awful lot, things won't get better. It's just not. I want you to carry that one with you today. Think about it. Work on it. Y'all are wonderful people. I hope and I trust. Aw, thank you. I will definitely check out your channel. I try not to sub to any kids or anything, just because, you know, Dr. Disrespect, all the nasty people out there give folks like me a bad name. It's mostly because it feels like no matter what I do, I'm going to be a negative influence on young people, and I try my best not to be. So best I can do is be able to have that old ready to fire off. Well, I mean, kid, you did come into my stream, but I'll try to give you a sub if, you know. Aw, thank you. But all right, y'all. I've rambled enough. Be good. Remember, it's you and me, y'all. We got this shit. Stay strong together, friends. We can do this. And try to appreciate the nature around you a little bit. I mean, after all, if it's not for that, what are we fighting for? Y'all be good. I'm going to give my ride a call to make sure I still got a ride coming. Bye for now. I appreciate your support.